Hi there, Kira here with another project share for the month of April. I know I'm a little bit late getting this up, but I've been really busy with NSD prep. So I'm at least getting it up for you guys. All right, so the first thing I'm going to show you is I kind of went a little crazy making these bookmarks. This is with the new inked stamps. So Ink Road Stamps started a new stamp subscription if you are unaware. And if you're interested in it, it'll open up again on the 2nd, which is probably when I'm going to get this video up. So yeah, the 2nd you can check out the new girl. So there'll be a new girl every month and then some phrases that kind of go along with it. So the first one is her, and her name is Katya, and I just made bookmarks out of her because she's like reading, and like the phrases are my weekend is all booked and then coffee and books. So I thought bookmarks would be a cute thing to do. So this one has a little tassel I added to it, but the other ones are just hole punched, ready to be tasseled. So I just I've been playing around with my Copics. I just got Copics from a friend, and I've been just kind of practicing and playing with them because I've never used alcohol markers before. So this has been a really good stamp to kind of practice with, and that's why I ended up making so many of them. And just kind of experimenting with the shading of the hair and the clothes and skin tones and stuff. I added some freckles to her. Tried to work on maybe some darker skin tones and some fun hair shades. And yeah, so those are all of my little bookmarks that I made with my inked stamp subscription. Now we'll just do the Traveler's Notebook spreads I did this month. So I'll maybe cover up my baby's boy bits. But yeah, I did 2 Traveler's Notebook spreads this month. This one was for Citrus Twist using a sketch. I do have a blog post on this, but I do not have a process video. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this one came out. And then the next one, oh, my other son's boy bits. My boys are naked a lot. It's like summer here, so they're just outside like playing in the sprinkler and the pool all the time. It's just easier for them to be naked than to be wearing clothes that I have to wash. So this one was for Colorcast Designs, and I don't have a blog post or a process video on this, but I used this I am piece, and it says I am growing every day, and it's just a layout about my son's little games that he plays that are becoming more elaborate, and it's just really fun at this moment to kind of play with him. So those are the Traveler's Notebook spreads I made this month. And now on to my 12 by 12 layouts. This one does have a process video. This was for Easter, and I have a free cut file if you're interested in these Easter egg cut files. I made 4 of them, and they are free on the process video, and I'll link everything down below. If there is a process video or a blog post, I will link it all below so you can see. This was for the cut shop, and I still haven't done my journaling in it, but this was on the cut shop blog. I used this details cut file, and that's not the name of the cut file that I'm kind of blanking on what the name of it is called, but I'll try and link it down below if I remember. But this is just a spread about mine and my husband doing blind date with a book. And the books, this is the covers before we opened them, and then the books that we got. And I'm going to do a little bit of journaling. I'm going to have him do some journaling on his, and then I'm going to journal here, but I just have not gotten around to doing that yet.
And that is so good.
This was also for the cut shop. There's a blog post for this one, and this was using the new Flutterby cut file. This one's really been popular among the design team, and I'm sure people have bought it a lot too because it's an awesome cut file, but it's like this circle wreath design with butterflies, and I just kind of layered mine up with vellum and pattern paper to create like a lot of dimension there and texture. And I think it turned out really cute. This was using my Citrus Twist kit for the month of April too. And I usually do that with at least one of my cut shop layouts. I end up using my Citrus Twist kit for the month. on that, just because it's on my desk, it's right there. It's just easy to kind of throw it together. These next three are using my wild hair kits, and this first one I do have a process video for. I did some mixed media on the background, which is really kind of out of my comfort zone, and that was I kind of challenged myself with my wild hair kits this month, is that I was going to use mixed media on all of my layouts that I made for the wild hair kits. Yeah, this one I did some texture paste and some of the packaging technique behind there. And I think it turned out okay. I'm still not super comfortable with mixed media, but it was good practice this month to kind of get me more comfortable with it. This one was also for the wild hair kits. There's a blog post on this one. I just did some really simple brush strokes with some acrylic paint. The acrylic paint I use is just like the cheap stuff that you buy on sale at like Michael's or Hobby Lobby or Joann's, but it's just, you know, cheap stuff. And then to get kind of these brush strokes, I always make sure that my brush is dry before I do it. So in between each paint color, I would clean my brush and then dry it as best as I could and then brush it on, because then you get these really cool kind of streaky textures to it. I did this like color on color stitching with my machine, and it's something that I see Steffi Reed do a lot, and she just has a really awesome style, and so I wanted to try it on this layout. And then I just did some color blocking with my embellishments too. And the photo, it's really dark, you can't really see it, but this was during a day that we had no power, and so we did crafts, but it was so dark outside that I had to bring out all of our lights and lanterns and stuff and do crafts that way. So the title Rainy Day and Crafty Play, that was just referring to our crafts by lantern light there. This one, I actually filmed a process video for this, and then I just didn't really like it that much. So this was actually a scrap lift of an older layout of mine. One of my first layouts, actually, I scrap lifted, and I wanted to try some different mixed media techniques. On the original layout, I did acrylic paint behind it, but this time I decided to do the packaging technique. And I think I would have liked it better had it been acrylic paint versus the packaging technique. Maybe I would have liked it better, I don't know. But I decided to just kind of go with it and create the layout anyways, and I just wasn't super happy with the outcome. So I'm sharing it here because I think it's just kind of unfair to keep even, you know, keep my bad layouts from you guys, because I think you need to see that I struggle a lot too. And so I'm including it, but I'm just not super happy with it, and I might end up redoing this layout. I don't know, I might keep it, we'll see. But I definitely wanted to share it with you guys so you could see it. So those were all from my wild hair kits for the month of April. This one, I do have a process video for. This is for ink road stamps. And actually we're super happy with how this one came out. This is one of my favorite layouts recently. And I just love the fussy cut flowers and the leaves and how I bumped up the title like this, and this cute picture of these ducks. And I just think it turned out really sweet, and so I'm really happy with that one. This one is also for ink road stamps, and I really like how this one came out too. I'm sort of obsessed with stamping on vellum at the moment, and you can tell with these 3 layouts I have for ink road stamps this month that you can tell that I have a vellum obsession. But these ones, what I did was I stamped the flower, and this is from the Chin Up Buttercup stamp set, and I just used the flower from that stamp set. And I stamped it in different colors on vellum, and then I found some papers that would coordinate with those colors, and I cut them out on my Cricut. So I turned the stamp into a cut file, and then I had my Cricut cut them out, and just, you know, layered the paper behind each of the coordinating colors. And then to keep it together, so you'd still have the vellum kind of so you can see the paper underneath a little bit. Yeah, I did a little French knot on each of the flowers to kind of hold them together. You can see that there. And then I did some leaves on the vellum too, because I didn't want them to compete with the flowers, but I wanted a little bit more something there. So I stamped the leaf, and the leaf is actually from this stamp set, which is Bloom Where You Are Planted. And I just stamped that in some green and fussy cut around that. And then I just kept it really simple. So I added a strip of paper, I machine stitched down it, have my photo of my son, did my flowers going up the page, and then added my title and my date and called it done. I will add some journaling to this one too, probably eventually. So that's that. This one is my very favorite layout of all time. If you haven't seen the process video for this, that is up on my channel. I just love how this one came out. I did mixed media, which again, out of my comfort zone, but I think it turned out amazing. It was kind of like controlled mixed media, and I think that's where I need my mixed media to be a little bit more controlled for me to like the outcome of it. So I did the mixed media, I cut the vellum, so I stamped on the vellum, fussy cut around it, and then stitched it all down on my page in this rainbow pattern. I did very little embellishing because the background kind of does all the work for you. And I just love how this one came out. It's just so colorful and fun, and I'm just really happy with how that one came out. This one was for the Sunday sketch for Citrus Twist. Do I have a process video of this one? I think I have a process video for this one. So I did some hand stitching on my title, machine stitching on the bottom title, and I basically followed the sketch. I didn't really deviate from the sketch too much. And I do have a blog post on this one too, so you can check that out. There is a process video for this one as well. This is also from Citrus Twist, and I made these DIY embellishments with some felt balls and a cut file, which I have for free on my channel if you're interested. I also did mixed media on this layout, and I love how subtle it is because it got mostly covered up, but it's just enough peeking out behind there that I just think it looks really pretty. So I'm super happy with how this one came out too. This was for Colorcast Designs. I do have a process video on my channel for this one. I used this birthday acrylic piece as my title. I did some hand stitching on these balloons and added a few more acrylic pieces from Colorcast Designs, and I think it turned out pretty cute. Still was kind of a little lack of my mojo when I made this one, so I'm not super happy with the outcome of it, but I think it still turned out pretty good. So that is all of my projects for the month of, what is it, April. Oh, so now it's May, and I've got a ton of projects that I'm going to be sharing soon, but not a lot of them are filmed. So if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me there. Also, we're going to have a lot of fun for NSD on the Citrus Twist Kits fan page, so make sure that you're following over there so you can have a chance to win prizes and play along with the challenges and things like that. And also, if you're not following me on my blog, I'll link to I'll have all of my projects for the month on my blog this month. So even if they're not filmed, they will be on my blog. So make sure you're following me there. And if you don't want to follow me on my blog, or if you're not on Instagram, you can also follow me on Pinterest, which I'll link below. I always pin all of my projects on Pinterest, so if you want to see something I've made, I will always link it there so you can check it out. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and you guys have a great day. Bye.